My abortion saved my life. Period. If I had not had an abortion at the age of 22, I would not be standing here to fucking have this conversation with all of y'all. I would not have been able to advocate for my people and fight for my community because I was not, well off enough or financially stable enough to support myself and a child. It is a very painful experience to have a miscarriage.
I'm warning you now, this is going to get very controversial. Hey, all gravity, any day above ground, live it. So you already know what to do. Share, like, and subscribe. That's why I share, like, and subscribe, because I'm not like other YouTubers. I'm different. Like I said in the beginning, folks, this is going to be a very controversial video, but I feel like it needs to have that discussion. Now, quick side note before y'all come in the comment section and give me hell for what you're going to hear in this. I advocate for both sides, folks. I advocate for pro-life and I also advocate for pro-choice. I believe women should be in control of their bodies. I do. But I also am pro-life because you got to understand women and those who are trying to pass off as women. You do certain things in your life, you are going to have to face the consequences. See, us men understand that. And a lot of women out there also understand that. So to have someone like this Afeni chick go on video on TikTok and say what she said, yeah, we not finna do this. Not today, not no day. So let's begin. Now, you heard what I put in the beginning, folks. She said she had to have an abortion to save her life. I'm glad you recovered, ma'am. That's a very painful psychological and physical affliction and a bad time in some woman's life. I get that. But then further down, you said it was because you had to have, I'm sorry, you didn't have to have it, but you experienced a miscarriage, which is why you had the abortion. So it got me to thinking, and you know me on this show, folks, I do research. So I said, let me educate the people on the difference between a miscarriage and an abortion. Look what I found. Now, I looked up Merriam-Webster. You know, they're apparently the arbiter of definitions of words. So they define an abortion as the termination of a pregnancy after, accompanied by, resulting in, or closely followed by the death of the embryo or fetus, such as A, spontaneous expulsion of a human fetus during the first 12 weeks of gestation. Compare miscarriage. B, induced expulsion of a human fetus. And C, we're not even going to get into C, that has to deal with animals. Interesting. Now let's look at miscarriage. Miscarriage. Spontaneous expulsion of a human fetus before it is viable, and especially between the 12th and 28 weeks of gestation. Go back to abortion for a second. It said, during the first 12 weeks of gestation. Miscarriage. Expulsion between the 12th and 28th week of gestation. Folk, we not finna play with this. Words have meaning. Now we got this fake Tamika Mallory, because Tamika Mallory did the same thing when she got hot and went viral 3 years ago. This is exactly how she acted, sitting there yelling at people and telling things that make it sound good so it goes viral. And then when you really dissect it, you really didn't say anything. You out here tricking these folks that are listening to you. That's what you're doing, man. You want to sit up there and talk about abortion is a miscarriage is abortion. No. If you're going to tell the truth about what happened to you, tell the truth. Women experience miscarriages. It happens. They can't control that. Abortions, you have to go to a doctor to do that. It's not like you can sit at home unless you're a real dick, but you can't just sit home and just abort a baby. It doesn't work like that. You can induce miscarriages. You can't induce an abortion unless you're in front of a doctor. Or you do what they used to do back in the day with the clothes hanger. But even still, you're putting yourself at risk. Because you might puncture something trying to do what you're doing. Or if you do the drug route, you might be allergic to something in the drug. We're not playing with this. But then I looked at your Twitter and it said what I needed to know. All right, folks, this is her main page. So let's see what we see. So we got the LGBT flag. All right. We got abolitionists. Sure. Pain in the ass of the ruling class. All right. You fancy yourself Robin Hood. All right, cool. Pro-black. What did I tell y'all, folks? I've been telling y'all this for a year. They put pro-black because it's trendy. They act and put pro-black because it's trendy. But all right. Pro-ho. Sorry for laughing, but pro-ho. Pro-ho. Okay, say less. An organizer. All right. Advocate and she and her. All right. So she's a pronoun person. Holla. And if I'm not mistaken, that's probably her girlfriend at the end because she has a heart next to it. So bless her. I ain't even mad. Do you? But of course, perusing research, I found some other things on there that we got to talk about. So let me show you this. So I was curious. So I wanted to see how she felt about black men. So I typed that in Twitter's search bar and look what I found. This tweet. So this guy said, black women more passionate about being able to kill their unborn children than trying to get on the same page with black men. Community in the trash. She responded to it by saying, you cried when Kevin Samuels died, didn't you? It's okay, black man, heal. So we're taking shots at Kevin Samuels. Okay, you're one of them. Cool. Then she went after Sister Tachina Arnold, folks. And look what she wrote. Now, this was in response to her viral question, honest question. What can we as black women in America do to stop aiding in the emasculation of black men in America? She responded, if black men stop trying to fit into a white man's shoes, then maybe they could solve this themselves. Go to effing therapy. Try that, black man. Use your podcast to talk about mental health and how toxic masculinity is killing black men instead of calling women H words. Try that. Well, ma'am, I've done mental health episodes on my podcast. It's right there. Anywhere you can stream your ratchet music. Beyond Borders with Rose Gold and Kid Gravity. So we're out here. We talk about mental health. The Black Manosphere, for their faults, they talk about mental health with black men. But of course, you don't see that because you want to stay in your own bubble. Oh, by the way, since you're on Twitter so much, why don't you go put that in the search bar? There's plenty of black men talking about black men go to therapy. But of course, you don't care about that because you want a grandstand. Let's move on. And before we move on, shout out to Sister Tachina Arnold. Shout out to her. Now, I saw this and I guess somebody tried to read her the rights by saying that she's not a B1 FBA ADOS person. Well, they use descendant of American slavery. She says she exploits our history to push immigration. She tried to sabotage our reparations by including other groups, and she pushes the racism, gender divide against black men, and she tried to exploit our Black History Month for donations. Now that I saw. And they're trying to say that she's Jamaican. Folks, we just confirmed she's Jamaican. Now, this was on a podcast called the Fred Hampton Leftist Podcast. It's already got problems, but if you see in the corner, she has the Jamaican flag there. And behind her is also not only the LGBT flag, but also the Kenyan flag. So, yeah, it makes a lot of sense now. She comes from that side of the Jamaican aisle, you know, the ones that want to kiss up to everybody up here. Yeah, we don't play that. Now, coming from someone that has both Jamaican and Kenyan roots, because I did my ancestry, I don't endorse her. So, scandal gal, when I play with this, no sir. But I have another question. So here she has it displayed loud and proud, but then she went to go talk to some white boys and she blocked it out. Questions. Dun dun dun. All right, on behalf of the new black media, I'm going to run her off the block. Miss Ari ReddIsAri, Afeni, whatever you want to call yourself, you're not with us, man. Proving your stripes. You went viral because you said what you're seeing on the screen about abortion and miscarriage is fine, whatever. But what we not going to do is have you think that us over here in the black grassroots are really for you. Now, you might fancy yourself part of the black grassroots, but you part of the controlled black grassroots. See, we're radicals over here. What you talking about right there, you're talking about the genocide of black people. We can't stand with that. That's not a B1 agenda. I'm not saying you can't go talk to white boys, but if you're going to parrot white supremacist talking points, you're not with us. If you're not going to go sit there and confront these white boys about what they've been doing and tell them, listen, it's reparations or else, or it's a black family or else, you're not with us. You can scream, piss, and moan about how student loan debt is killing us. Cut the check should be right after you say that. And this is coming from someone like you, a non-FBA. How the hell am I on code? But you said 22, so I'm going to assume you're probably in your mid-20s by now. How come you haven't gotten on code? You came outside because of emotion. You came outside to yell about things that black people can control with reparation. But then again, like I said in the beginning, you want to be Tamika Mallory. You saw Tamika Mallory do this. You figured you'll be the next. But I'm just telling you right now, this is Kid Gravity saying that I'm not going to let you get away with it. We don't need another Tamika Mallory. We already went through that phase. She got ran off the block because she tried to double dip and it didn't work. This is not gonna end well for you. You can talk all nice and perk up some ears, but like you saw with your tweet history and what I showed the people here, we peep game. We're a lot smarter than our predecessors were. We check paperwork. Your paperwork is dirty. We don't need you. Go stay over there with the white girls. Go stay over there with the LG. It's funny also you claim you're LGBT. Fine. No problem with that. Why aren't not the white LGBT? Because I went through your tweet history. I didn't see too much about you calling out the white LGBT. The ones whooping y'all ass and then putting y'all up on pedestals when they want to get something done. You need to stay over there. Thank you for listening. I hope you listened to it to the end. But yeah, like I said, on behalf of the new black media and the black grassroots, I'm going to take it upon myself to run this girl off the block. So if you see her, if you see any of her tweets, ignore it. Y'all, some of y'all I know will block because that's how y'all are, but that's fine. Let's not give her any attention over here. She's going to dilute the message more. So share, like, and subscribe. That's right. Share, like, and subscribe because I'm not like other YouTubers. Take care. Stay safe. I'm out.